said 4 to 14.
It did?
At 120. But we in here. Yo.
So we've been watching those movies for all of this time and didn't realize what it was really pointing to. Peace, peace,
Yeah.
peace, 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 y'all. Yes.
What's going on? Peace.
How are you? Peace to everybody. Come on in.
Love, love, love.
Happy V-Day. Every day should be a day of love, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. We shouldn't wait for a day to love ourselves and each other. Peace to you, Soul Books. Who else in here? Peace.
11. Femina
Peace,
87.
Femina 87. Peace to you.
Yeah.
Y'all sound like some new people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen your name in here before.
Yeah, cool.
Welcome.
Well, you done connected with us, so it is. Talk Will.
Peace, Talk Will.
Yeah.
Yes. Did y'all see the title? We don't have long to be on here because we got some stuff to do. Couple stuff to do.
Yeah. We just wanted to jump on early.
For a moment. We were inspired.
Beautiful sun goddess. Thank you for the love.
Yes.
Right back to
love
you.
back to you. So we you saw the title. I've done a reading for you. I shaded that. I'm so proud of
love.
My clients in readings. Peace
to
you.
Black Rob Stone. Is that what this is?
I feel you.
Rob Blackstone.
Peace to you. Yeah,
Peace,
we feel
man.
you.
Peace.
We've been doing a self-love challenge, so it was in alignment with the planetary alignment. It really had nothing to do with, the powers that be.
Right.
And what they do.
Yeah.
So let's ease on in here. We want to get into this topic so that we can get it as juicy and as deep as possible before we have to get off of here.
I want to say this too. We do discussions. We did our first on Clubhouse yesterday. And so for those of you, if you got Clubhouse, definitely follow us. Follow at Camson and at Ernest. Y'all know our faces, and so y'all be able to find us. What's up, Tunes? Peace, man.
Peace. Y'all missed that on Clubhouse last night. Y'all missed the goodie, but we're gonna try to make time
Leslie.
to do it more.
Peace,
Leslie.
Peace, Janet. Yeah.
Hey, sis.
Yeah, but we're gonna get into it.
So let's ease on into this, y'all. Fear of intimacy is the real apocalypse. Fear of intimacy is the real zombie land. And this is when you're dead inside. And just when you, for women who have had to have children and raise children, and it's so much and it's draining. And I don't even think men know how much energy it takes just to do that element. I'm sure they get the physical work part, but we have to do that too. And so what happens when the woman, on a collective level, when the woman is not tapping into her energy, her kundalini energy, her life force energy from her womb, and being able to live and be alive and be filled and not have a gaping void and just be filled with trauma, what happens is we collapse. And we collapse down to where you're not really interacting with life anymore because you've been through so much and you're just so shattered and in so many pieces. You go into coping mechanisms and autopilot. Just going through the motions, not really living. Not really being intimate with life. Not really being intimate with yourself. Avoiding repressed parts of yourself, avoiding the things about yourself maybe that you don't feel are beautiful, or that you were told to be ashamed of, or
disconnected.
Yeah.
Actually living in a false self. That's actually what we're doing, because it's not even who we are. You know what I'm saying? We so disconnected from ourselves that we're not in touch to even be who we are.
Yeah.
And that's so deep.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing about when we first began talking about intimacy some years ago, within the relationship and dealing with it, Kim had broke that word down, and it just stuck with us, and that's into me I see. Changing the spelling of intimacy into me I see. And that's been so profound. That's been so helpful for us to understand. To be intimate, you got to first be intimate with yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And doing that requires you facing your fear, facing your fear of failure, facing your fear of success, facing the reason why you're afraid. There was a time I wouldn't go out without makeup on, or I wouldn't go out without a fresh sew-in. Or, you know, there was a time where I was just so disconnected from myself that if someone like gave me a compliment, I didn't even say thank you. I would say, oh, this little thing I got on. I would always just downplay everything. And not being able to receive compliments, you know, that's fear of intimacy as well. Fear of intimacy shows up in just being blocked up. And it is natural, it's biological, it's spiritual, and it just happens as a result of sometimes life knocking you down. And a lot of times we don't recover, we don't heal. We just keep going, and we're wounded warriors. And so that is the zombie apocalypse. Think about it, a zombie, they're animated and they're moving, but they're wounded. They fall into pieces, but they still moving and trying to be animated like they're alive. So the reason why they got so popular in movies and we were seeing that so much is because spiritually there was a spiritual current that we were under in the age of a Pisces, where we've been automatons and Autobots to the point where if you feel something aching in your body, or you feel you need to stretch, there was a point where we wouldn't even stretch, we wouldn't even do yoga, we wouldn't address it. We're just like, oh, I'm getting old, oh my knees, it's because I'm getting old. We would just accept shit. And now it's like, no, that's sore as hell, I need to do something about that. I need, you know, that's the awakening.
And now even talking to it, you know what I'm saying, speaking that off of you, you know what I'm saying. Oh, my knee is aching. No, we're not doing that today, knee. No, you well. Yeah, we finna move, and you're gonna bend, and you're gonna flex.
Tenny Smith, thank you.
The whole nine, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
May they return to you 30, 60, 100-fold, whatever it is that you need in your life. Or desire. Because we're getting away. Think about it. When you're afraid of intimacy, like me, I've been wounded. I've had sexual abuse and sexual trauma. So, you know, family dysfunction. So to be intimate for me, like if you ever had any type of abuse at the hands of a masculine energy, there will be times where you will just go into that memory unconsciously, and in that moment your body, you just shut down emotionally because you're re-experiencing the wound of the masculine energy that's in front of you as the template for the masculine energy that originally hurt you. And this also works for men with a feminine energy, be it your mother or whoever. So that those core wounds shut us down, and we can't be intimate. And so this is why I'm gonna like really hit y'all, because we ain't got that long. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna take it easy on y'all today. This is not a take it easy day, because if we don't get pushed to the edge, if we don't get challenged, we don't expand, we don't evolve, we don't grow. So I'm gonna take you there.
But we're going and you ain't gonna lose your head.
Right. But when you think about it, zombies would eat anything. Have we not been like that for so long? And now all of a sudden there's this new level of awakening where, oh, what the hell am I putting in my mouth? Why am I eating this? What is in this? What the hell is that's part of the awakening, because we were zombies. We were eating anything. We were feeding. Mostly feeding off of flesh, you know, mostly feeding off the flesh. And we're not on here to bash people about their diets, because what you doing might, you know, do what you want to do.
Right.
But just telling you that there is a karmic debt when you're just feeding on dead flesh. You're not taking life force energy into your body. So when people talk about vampires being vampiric and taking energy and consuming energy, every human on this planet is a vampire, and in some shape, way, form of fashion, whether it be it you're eating food, or whether it be it there is certain energies and certain people you like to be around because it feeds you and it builds you up with something. So first we got to get away from that. There are people who abuse it and just go too far. There is narcissistic, people in the world who feed off of other people's pain and hurt and desperation, and they love bomb them and gaslight them and take them through these cycles. We're not talking about those people. Those people are zombie people who have not yet to awaken and come out of the state, the trance state of just eating whatever is put in front of me, screwing whatever is put in front of me, doing whatever is put in front of me, accepting whatever is put in front of me, to the point where when obstacles come, you don't even try to get over the obstacle. That's what a zombie do, right? You put a gate up or something, and most of the time the zombie just stand there, and that's how we've been in life.
That's right.
And when you awaken, you're like, no, hold on, it's a gate, but shit, I got feet and hands.
You get you get real man, you get real what's the word, ingenious. You get real crafty, you know what I'm saying, and you find ways to get whatever it is you're trying to do done. You know what I'm saying? Obstacles don't hold you back.
Absolutely.
Resistance is something that you fight through, you know what I'm saying? And in a lot of ways, right now as a conscious individual, you going against the grain, you know what I'm saying? And so that resistance and that negative, dense energy, you just push through it, you know what I'm saying? And so,
Or you learn how to surrender to the dense energy and transmute it and figure out, how can I work with this? How can I work with my own darkness right now? How can I? It's not about, a lot of us that came up in religion, religion are rules and regulations for unawakened souls, right? So they need somebody to tell them what's good, what's not, do this, don't do this, because there is an inability to exercise your empowered free will and your sovereignty to choose for yourself. So that's why when you awaken, you begin to see the issues with religion, and you begin to see the shackles of religion versus the liberation of religion. And so that is going against the grain. And this is when you're in the mass crowd with the zombies and you awaken. And what happens when you awaken and you in the crowd of zombies? They turn on you and begin to try to feed and consume you, because that there is a present energy that they're not used to being around, and it's just like a moth to a flame. So when you begin to awaken, typically the people we love the most, our family who have not awakened yet, will try to pull us out of whatever path we're here to experience as a starseed. As someone who's awakening to the fact that my origins are not of Earth, my origins are galactic. I come from the cosmos. That they can't even, that is so, it is so expansive that they can't conceive it. The mind has to be able to conceive things before expansion can happen. So it starts small, with you asking questions and why this and why that, and doing research, and what you're doing is expanding. And so what happens is when life, and I can honestly admit that I have been a dark goddess, chaos being my whole life, and I was dropped into the densest amount of darkness on this planet. Every movie you have ever seen and the worst shit that happened in that movie, most of that shit happened to me. I had lived it. And for a long time, I felt like a victim of my circumstance. And I could not figure out why. When I would talk to people, nobody could ever give me advice. It's very weird. 99% of the people I've talked to in my whole life could not give me advice. There's a 1%. And anybody who might see this video and you're part of the 1%, you know it's you. But it's rare, because most people have not went through the depths of the abyss of hell the way that I did. And I couldn't even, it would take a whole fucking biopic to share it with you. So what happens is, because I have awakened now, hell doesn't look like hell to me anymore, because I'm starting to redesign hell because I'm awakening, right? So when you're not a zombie anymore and you're not just on autopilot, you begin saying, wait a minute, I have power, I can manifest, I can direct energy. Wait a minute, okay, I can use the laws of the universe and the laws of hermetics. I can practice being in alignment. I can anchor myself in Mother Earth and let her energy be of guide and support for me through this process. I can study my natal chart and learn more about myself. To know God is to know thyself, right? I can eat foods that are of resonance of where I'm going and where I desire to be.
That's it. That's being intimate with yourself. Yes, yes.
So to be intimate with someone else will be impossible
without first being intimate
being intimate with yourself.
Yeah.
So let's go physical and keep it super simple. We wanted to make this juicy and concentrated because we can't do a long show today the way we usually do. But even just physically, okay, it has been demonized to be physically intimate with yourself and to give your own body pleasure. That's the most enslaved thing that can be put on a people, is that this is your temple, right? This is your body. Now you can eat things that are pleasurable, but you can't touch certain areas that are pleasurable, right? It started from when we were children. You get caught touching yourself, you probably got your ass whooped if you grew up like we did. You know, and then after you got your ass whooped, they told everybody in the family, yeah, kind of playing with this dang-a-lang girl, and you got to sit and listen to that. You know,
and so there was some shame right there. That's
shame and guilt
been programmed into you, to where now you disconnect from
that part of yourself,
being intimate with yourself, being pleasuring yourself, and understand it, because in order to really experience our sexuality, we should be having orgasms.
Right.
We should be living in that orgasmic state.
Yeah.
And not busting off and ejaculating. We should be ejaculating.
Yeah. Absolutely. And ladies, you know, so we're just dealing with the physical aspect of this zombie stuff, you know. So you got the shame, you got the guilt there, and then you go into religion, and then religion says, you know, no, you're not supposed to masturbate. You know, it's evil, it's sinful. If you do it, you repent. I can remember repenting. I can't tell you how many times I repented for masturbating. And you know, and when you look at that, that is a disconnect from yourself. So basically what happened was, this part of your body, every other part of your body, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can massage your muscles, that feels great.
You can lift weights.
You can go running, you can get that adrenaline going. You can hold people and hug and hold hands and increase oxytocin and dopamine, and that feels great. But this part right here, no. Don't make that feel great. And that is so important, because that is the area of our body that is the embodiment of source energy, the creator of all things, the energy that is fully renewable, that is available to every human being on this planet. And we were restricted from that. So what does that do? That divides you and separates you from source energy, from yourself.
Yes. And so we as beings have Gspots, and the women more so than the men hold trauma, but typically tap into that G-spot, that erogenous zone, whereas most men won't tap into theirs.
Well, a lot of men know they have it, and that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, but then when you learn that you have it,
that's strong drink.
Yeah.
Most people not ready for that. That's strong drink. If you're ready for strong drink, let us know. We will do a whole fucking webinar, and we will go there. If y'all want to go there, we can go there.
Yeah.
But the pain, you know, it keeps us disconnected. The trauma is so deep that my video, Why Men Hate Black Women, I did several of them. They were some of the most viewed videos on our channel. Go and read the comments and watch that video. It's 3 of them. And I did them over this course of about a 5-year time span as I was going through my awakening and learning more. And there are so many black men who are like, I'm heartbroken from black women. And I just realized it started with my mother. I looked like my daddy. She used to beat the shit out of me. If she was mad at him, I got my ass whooped just for looking like him. I better not say something he say or do stuff that he do. You know what I'm saying? And so it started there, and they would come and they'd be like, you know, I really don't hate black women. I don't even know what to do with them. They seem so angry. They seem so disconnected. You know, I'm a good guy, but they want thugs. They want assholes and hard dudes. They don't want the good guy. So I don't want to change who I am to try to be with a black woman. I say, may they return to you 30, 60, 100 fold. Yes. So, you know, what happens is, so the man, his dick broken because his heart is broken, and then the woman, her womb is wounded transgenerationally. She's wounded. We've been raped and babies been ripped out of us. Our great grandmamas, we ain't nothing but 3-4 generations away from slavery. Peace. You know, look at all the black women who die having babies in the hospital. Have y'all looked at the statistics? Do you remember Mr. Johnson's wife who died in the hospital? And he was the first black man that said, fuck this shit, I'm taking this shit to Washington DC. And he sat down with the leaders of the country. Do y'all remember that? If you didn't, go back and find that story. They let his wife bleed out. He was sitting there saying she's bleeding out, she's dying, and she was not a priority. That's not a 1 in a million thing. That happens all day, every day. The black woman is the most unprotected woman in the world. She's one of the most misunderstood women in the world. They call us angry black women. It's not that we're angry. We're wounded. And our men don't have the capacity to deal with their own issues and heal their trauma, to be able to be the container and the sacred space for us to heal. So the perception is that you're just angry, you're just a bitch, you're just a hoe. And you stack on top of that the music. So the ability to be intimate, to be able to be intimate is actually one of the greatest miracles.
Yes.
To be able to be with another human being because you've sat with yourself and be naked. We're talking about going back to the Garden of Eden. The age of Aquarius is the return of the golden ages. We're going back from where we fell from. So the new pyramids that we are building are not pyramids of just physical structures. They are energetic pyramids of energy. And the foundation of that will be the masculine and feminine energy. And whatever we give birth to from coming together, truly intimate in that. Be it your business, your empire, your family, your children, your ideas. Shit, you might just sit down and paint a picture and be creative, and that was you building something and communing with those energies within you and allowing it to bring something into physical form. Juicy.
Very heavy, deep, all of that good stuff. Man, peace to y'all in here. Thank everybody who's here and in the chat too. Absolutely. Sharing. Yeah. Y'all, we got to continue to just speak our truths and help one another. Yeah. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? No one person has all of the answers. No. You know what I'm saying? But we putting it all together. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Let me see. We had a couple of comments. Yeah. Talk Will said, every sister I ever loved had a story of violation. Yeah, that shit is infuriating. I feel you, man.
To quote Bobby Hemmett said that 4 out of 5 black women have experienced some form of sexual trauma. If you have not watched the movie Bliss, it came out in the 90s. Bobby Hemmett highly recommended this movie. He highly recommended this movie.
That's a matter of fact, that's a class.
That is a class. That's not a movie.
You need to watch this shit every day.
That is a course into tantric orgasmic living and being able to heal and break through your trauma and the programming. Watch that movie.
Yes.
We found it on Amazon Prime. You want to share with them a few points? We got about 13 minutes.
Yeah. One basically, especially coming from a male perspective, perspective as a divine masculine, can't stress enough about coming into alignment and attuning to your own temple, in order to be in a place to where you can hold sacred space for your mate, for your partner. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. We heal each other, you know what I'm saying? But individually, we got to work to heal ourselves. And then in these areas that we hold a lot of pain, trauma from past relationships, past lives, we're able to help one another release it. And so that's some of the biggest things that we going through right now, and some of the greatest challenges to break through, because this is not anything that unless you take the time and go to a sex therapist, this really isn't anything that's popular, and so we have to learn how to teach ourselves. And so we pulling from all the possible resources, everything that we can find, whether it's movies, whether it's other people talking about it, as well as what our higher selves is speaking to us in regards to these things. That's where we are. That's what it is. And so, like we said, fear of intimacy is the zombie apocalypse. We're not zombies. You know what I'm saying? We know, we conscious, we in tune with our bodies, and we going deeper. And we going deeper. And to go deeper, I want to say this before we get off, that being able to be intimate with yourself and have the capacity to experience life more fully, and to be able to embody who you came here to be, and to not continue to follow the ill-fated destiny, the ill-fated life you were handed, and you begin creating your own destiny and creating your best life and becoming your higher self, and reaching higher potentials. To do that, healing must take place. And for that healing to take place, you have to stop being a victim. So when shit happens in life don't feel orgasmic and don't feel pleasurable, it doesn't mean that you are not communing with source energy. It's just a form of challenges that have showed up to cause you to expand. So we talk so much about being the microcosm of the macrocosm. What does that really mean? What does that really entail? So whatever is happening in the cosmos is happening inside of us. And right now we have Betelgeuse of the Orion belt star system, right, that is present, and they thought this star had died, and they keep reporting and we thought the star died, and it's not dead, it's alive, it's very alive, and it's supposed to be going supernova, and it's almost like it's so sentient, where it's like, no, I'm moving with the people. And we did a whole build about that with Dr. Aline Bay. So if you haven't watched that lecture, it is over 3-hour lecture. It's one of the very first lectures we ever did. Just bliss. Happened to be with Dr. Bay on this topic. But yes, the movie is called Bliss, and it came out in the 90s. So what happened was, as we're feeling this expansion, right, and we're coming to this awakening, shit go happen in your life because that's what's required. So there are these guardians of the threshold that are standing at these gateways going through the tree of life, right, or the tree of death, because there are two sides to every coin. And we know the laws of the universe. There's a pendulum swing. There's a law of resonance, a law of vibration, right? So you have to experience polarity and contrast. That's what we came here to do. Earth, the planet, is a school. This universe is a university. Your soul incarnated here, agreed to be here with the challenges that you are present with now, so that you can expand and grow. So once you stop looking at this challenge the way a zombie would, and like, damn, it's a wall in front of me, it's a gate in front of me, you know, you begin looking at it like, okay, well, I'm going to take my time and study the structure of this and see what can I do with this. And let's just say, in my case, I have a disease that's considered to be terminal. It can't be healed. How do I deal with that? It causes pain in my bones every single day. My freaking organs hurt sometimes. How do I deal with this? How do I run a business, build a business during a pandemic,
Do a twin flame alchemy soulmate journey, which is very rare. Most twin flames never become soulmates. And be a wife, be a mother, homeschool, and I'm doing it all. People are like, how the hell do you do that? And it's because I learned how to surrender, to be in the element of flow. And Ernest will tell y'all, we have had some tragic shit happen, and y'all didn't even know we were still doing shows, and we were still doing everything, and I was still able to focus and concentrate on what it is the collective needed and allow that to come through me. We created webinars through all of this. We were going through some shit. We were still going through shit.
Right.
So don't think we're sitting in front of you and we're in a state of bliss and we've created this perfect life and we have just endless amounts of money. You know,
working on it, please.
Yeah. We get by with y'all donations.
Yeah.
Like, it's really expensive to run a website the way we're running it, where you have a sacred space to be able to communicate with like-minded people who aren't going to attack you, and you're welcome and invited and supported. That's expensive. Making potions, I do that shit with integrity. I would dare not throw some oil and herbs and crystals in a bottle and sell some shit to people and tell them it's gonna do some shit that it can't do. That's right. It's the integrity factor. So when you begin to tap into source energy, you don't allow yourself to be drained and depleted. You cut people off. I'm no contact with my mama, my biological mother. I'm completely no contact with her. Yeah. She probably will see this video.
Probably have seen
me talk about this hundreds of times. This is my journey, and I'm not gonna hide, and I'm not gonna run from the shit that hurts. Does it hurt? Of course, but it was necessary for me to not deplete myself of the mission that my soul came here to do. I say, man, that return to you 30, 60, 100-fold. Yes, because if you do not, you will have to incarnate and you will have to do it again. So you have awakened to get it done. Right. So get it done. Learn to surrender. Learn your body. Learn to be intimate. So find movies to study to help you go within. Stop running behind stuff that's outside of you and go inside of you. Everything that you need is inside of you, and everything outside of you is a projection of what's inside. Even the fucking solar system is just a projection of what's inside of us. Yes. Because you are immortal. Your soul is immortal. Yeah. Oh, I could just keep going.
Yeah, we could.
If y'all want a part two, if y'all want a part two and y'all go support us and show up, share this, like, subscribe, please interact with us. Definitely. And if you want a part two, if y'all really let us know that we need a part two, we will stay on this topic.
Yeah, and
we'll say 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We'll say it again. Yeah, that movie is Bliss, BLISS. Yes. That's all it is. It's a scene of a man look like he's kissing on a body, just to give you some help on it.
We'll share it on the community tab. If someone can't find it, we'll share it. See, we go above and beyond for our people. You know, we do.
In addition, again, some stuff is really not meant to be discussed right here, and so we are definitely tapping into other methods and other means. And so if y'all got Clubhouse, follow us on Clubhouse at Ernest, at Kempson, and we carrying these conversations on, going even further.
No talk. See, that's some zombie shit. That movie they just put out, this called Bliss, some zombie shit. Find the one from the 90s.
Yeah.
It might be 1992, but it's the only one that was done in the 90s, and it's on Amazon Prime. I saw that pop up.
And when you see it, you're gonna know it's an old movie.
But we're gonna put it on community tab.
We'll put it on the community tab.
When we get through doing what we're about to do now, we're gonna put on community tab. And before we get off, I just want to show y'all something. Y'all know, I don't know if any of you guys know anything about Memphis, Tennessee, but this is something that does not happen. 1997. That's it. Yeah. Look at that. This is, now see, if you live up north, you're like, that little snow.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
But when you live in Memphis, like this right here, just for the day, the energy, the planetary alignment, and it is a fucking beautiful ass fluffy snow falling. We get ice in Memphis if we get anything. Look at this. This is I almost feel like we manifested this, because we have been saying we just want snow, just pure snow, beautiful snow. Our kids wanted to play in snow. Our daughter been asking us since Christmas. I just want to show you, this is orgasmic living, where you find something in your environment to be excited about and give appreciation for, and find a way to enjoy it.
That's like when you was a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, just being in that innocence and that energy of enjoyment and pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, y'all, we got to get ready and get up out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so go to the website, okay? Go to the website. We did the self-love challenge. It's not too long. You can still get in, even though we did it for 13 days. That was just the recommended amount of time. There are workouts, meditations, visualizations. We have spells to help you with self-love. We have self-love jars. Like, y'all, it's some, like, great shit. So go to the website if you haven't been, remnantsgathering.com,
and get on that easy lover
and get on the easy lover experience.
Yes.
I did one of the most beautiful ISIS inspired spiritual spells, invocation rituals, and it just Ernest, to tell you, I made an Egyptian elixir, and it's so powerful, and I gave the recipe for it.
Woo.
And it's just amazing. Heart chakra opening, and it gives you the energy to face your trauma, and it opens your third eye so that you can look at it from a different perspective. And it's just fucking amazing.
Thank you to our moderators who are in here with us.
Absolutely.
Yes, we appreciate y'all, definitely.
Yes. All right, y'all. So we gotta go do our thing, Yeah. And we love you, and we expect to see you guys at remnantsgathering.com. Just message us and let us know, or comment, did you enjoy this? Would you like a part 2? If you would, we will put it together.
We own it.
All right.
All right.
Man,
Your
third eye
has just been kissed.
Peace.